Okay, we are in the belly of the beast, financial district in the Embarcadero, and this is Thursday, October, what's the day?
October 6th. Thursday, October 6th.
Thursday, October 6th. I lost that for a minute. And this is Scud, and he's with Occupy San Francisco that just met across the street for their General Assembly meeting.
Yep.
And there was a little bit of police brutality against Occupy San Francisco camp. Scud is an eyewitness, and he's going to describe what happened this morning. Take it away, Scud.
This morning? Or
whenever it happened.
Well, yeah, it pretty much
that.
was the morning.
It was very early in the morning.
It was very early in the morning. We got a police note, and this is after dealing with a bunch of just bullshit. I'm allowed to curse because this is going on YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's all right. I don't think the parents are going to let their kids watch
all right,
this.
there's a bunch of crap that's going on.
Bullshit is going
internally already. Because how do these things happen? We've been warned. First, the subverts are placed in, then the media decides to react after a 2-week blacklisting. Okay, well anyways,
so
to talk about what happened. What happened this morning was at 10 p.m. last night, we got a notice, and it was while the city and county of San Francisco recognizes and celebrates your ability to do your First Amendment thing, to practice your rights. However, because of these reasons and this occupation in front of the Federal Reserve is illegal, an illegal encampment. List of reasons like health, like having open flame and gas and everything, because we had a few gas and propane stoves.
Because we were cooking food for people.
Yeah, we were cooking food for people.
Donated food
and
from
the kitchen,
community.
Might I say, with all this committee infighting and these, it really focuses around the finance, which I never thought there should have been a finance committee. What the hell are we doing over here? Yeah, really, kitchen was tight. In fact, I used to drink with the cook who came in, and I even asked him, dude, I said to him, dude, thanks for letting me use your tent and thanks for being here. What does he say? Hey, bro, I like doing this, it's fun. And I'm like, exactly.
Okay, so what happened?
What happened was we got
this notification.
Health, blah, 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 blah.
And it also...
Sit-lie ordinance, which is a city ordinance, I might add.
Yes.
Well, our right to do this is a federal fucking right.
Not only that, the city ordinance says no sitting or lying on a sidewalk between 7 a.m. and 11 p.m.
Exactly.
And after that, you can.
Exactly.
And they decided to roll before 7 a.m. in the morning. Did
yes.
they not?
And they did it at night because they didn't want it to be unsightly. And the truth was, this notice from the police department, which wasn't signed, wasn't sealed, didn't have a seal, wasn't dated, didn't have a stamp, could have been made on Word, for Christ's sakes.
Yes.
What did I do? I held it up and made sure that the not just the industry media, but the privateers and live streamers and independents, and I explained to them. They told us one day we could have tents, then they're doing this stuff. They want us to facilitate things, making sure there's cabbie egresses in the places we're occupying, tightening things up. They told us that if we took the tents down after we send liaisons to talk to the crew, that was all gearing up and everything. And by the way, it was playing intimidation by taking forever at doing this.
By the way, the they is Sfpd.
Yes, Sfpd. Their numbers would constantly fluctuate. It's like, all right, now there's 40 of them, and people started meditating. This is where the infighting dissolved.
Okay. What did the Sfpd do then?
The Sfpd, after telling us if we took the structures down, removed the tents, and tightened it up, that we were fine.
And you could stay.
And we could stay.
So then what did they do?
Then they marched on us.
How many?
Their trust. About 100 of them.
In what
marched
form?
on us. In what form? In riot gear.
Walking,
marching around our gear. And then they just started tearing it apart. So we got some stuff and got it out of there. I personally don't care.
Okay, so they started, as I understand, throwing your stuff in the Department of Public Works vans. Yes. I was told that they got the DPW people to do it for them.
Yes, exactly. And they created a barrier and all the rest of it while we just watched and just gave them jail therapy, gave them social therapy.
In what form?
In what form? You like what you're doing? questioning them, questioning their ability, just like they were questioning our ability to even exist.
Okay, so you were peaceful.
Some of them even brought
verbal.
back tears.
I heard that.
Some of them even brought back tears because we had people who really knew how to dig into them and how to say, when do you start questioning morality? When do you start doing this?
Yeah, that's
and
good.
so many, there were a few, not so many, there were a few of them that were literally fighting back tears. And the truth is, after this happened and what happened this morning when they came back again, and one of my personal friends, or in fact road brothers, got one of them to
Tear down the side.
a woman
cop.
Woman cop because they have empathy. Men, they just have greedy desires.
So do you?
And that's not all men.
No, of course not. What do you think that you had some cops with empathy? Who were the ones without? Where did they suddenly come from?
Oh, like Sakwa, who actually punched a girl in the face and threw her to the ground.
Tell me about that.
Tell you about that? Because what happened was when they decided that they were done loading all our stuff, tearing it apart, food, water, medical supplies. Our medics couldn't even do something if we got hurt at this point. What do? Chain around. And one of the banjo players, put something down, boom, just sitting in right in front of the tire on the first car. So we formed a human chain and we were letting them know that this was wrong, the chants were going on and everything, and we stood in solidarity. We even had people from Oakland and Berkeley join us.
Yeah, I heard that.
And we had a good presence. And what happened?
About how many of you?
Oh, we must have had at least almost 200, maybe 150.
Okay, now did you, human chain, did you encircle something?
We encircled.
What did you do with the
we started
human
by
chain?
encircling. Oh, no, the meditators were already active at this point. Once they started marching, everyone was like, into gear. Into gear.
So
let them know, why are you doing this? Why are you here? Why are you doing this? Why are you here? Didn't want to talk, just wanted to come in and rip everything apart.
Okay, so what
Destroy.
did you do with the human chain?
With the human chain, we started in front. Then when we realized, they're going to try and back out, a bunch of us, including me, went to the rear where there was less people, where there was more motion and more things going on in the front. But we had good communication networks. We were acting as a communal organism at this point. And we knew that this was going to get serious, but we had to keep up with it. And what really breaks my heart is we kind of did puss out because we really didn't want to get our heads bashed in. But once we knew that we had 10,000 hits and showed them what we were doing, we realized we didn't have to take that hit. You know why? Because all we got to do is remind people this is how autocracy is.
Yes.
This is what a police state looks like. I didn't want to take a hit for that, even though a couple of people did. But we formed chains and we made them have to push us back. They did make contact, even with me. Throwing me out of the way and things like that.
Grabbed you and pulled you.
They grabbed me and flung me.
Okay.
But because I am kind of adept physically, I could keep my balance and catch my footing.
Yeah.
So it was no big deal.
But what did they do with this young girl?
With this young, well, first of all,
Did you see it?
Yes, I saw it.
Okay.
Ding, boom, right to the ground. Ah!
Pushed her.
Pushed her to the ground.
Fell on her face?
Fell on her, it was her knee, just go, bah, and then kind of caught her head a little bit too. And it was just ridiculous.